Pokemon Emerald version by OnTheCobb. It starts and ends here, the battle frontier. 6th day. I have just defeated the Elite Four to become Hoenn's newest champion. I wake up back in Little Root Town, where my mom congratulates me, and Professor Birch gives me the National Pokédex, which is beyond my power to complete. Neat. But enough about that. It's time to reach the battle frontier. I get a call from Scott, the creepy stalker who's been watching me all over Hoenn. He says to meet him on the SS Tidal, where he'll undoubtedly inform me about the battle frontier. So, I grab my ticket, make for Slateport City, and ride the ship to Lily Cove, battling a trainer or two along the way. I also grab the leftover items from the ship's storage. It literally looks like an apple core, but apparently it has magical healing properties, so whatever, I'll take it. I have to reboard the ship to get to the battle frontier, but once I'm there, I can fly there and back whenever I want. There's a lot to explore, and I get it done as fast as I can. I get my Frontier Pass and a few battle points from Scott. It's got 7 empty holes that I'll have to fill in with Frontier symbols. I relish the challenge. It's also got a neat little map to show where all the facilities are. Not to mention a replay battle button to show the last fight you've recorded. I'll be reserving the replay button for the Frontier Brain battles. I catch the Sudowoodo blocking the way, and catch a Smeargle as well. I get in some training while I'm at it. There was a slight snag, however. The minimum level for the battle frontier is level 50, and of the Great 8, only Manectric is level 50. They all need to be the same level, or else the enemy Pokemon will have a slight advantage in levels and perhaps stats. But Emerald version doesn't allow for a lot of post-game training. The best I did in my previous playthroughs was get my Pokemon up to level 62, so it'll take too long bringing them all up to that same precise level 50. Luckily, there's one battle facility where your Pokemon's levels don't matter, and that's the Battle Factory. You're given rental Pokemon, either level 50 or level 100, and you battle with those. I figure it's as good a start as any, and report to the Battle Factory post-haste. The Battle Factory is tricky. Back when I played this for the first time, I got a tip that to succeed in Battle Factory, you need a fast Pokemon with status-afflicting attacks to start, a Pokemon with good attack stats and a wide range of moves as your second, and a Pokemon with a lot of HP and good defense as your third. The idea was to weaken them first, then deal solid blows second, then wait them out third. Back when I first played this, I was a stupid kid, without full knowledge of which moves were super effective against what, and thinking I shouldn't swap out my Pokemon in the middle of battle because my new Pokemon would get hit. I would just ride it out, even if it was a poor matchup, and hope for the best. Now, I'm not that stupid. After playing in Pokemon Battle Online against actual people who can think and choose the most optimal attack moves, I know that switching out your Pokemon mid-battle can be advantageous, as long as you think it through. If you know your opponent is going to use Earthquake, switch it out to a Flying type, or a Pokemon with Levitate. If you know they'll throw Toxic Spikes, switch to a Pokemon with Magic Bounce, or switch to a Poison type to get rid of those spikes. It's all a matter of strategy. The programmed trainers of the Battle Factory are not smart. They can't think. Therefore, I can outsmart them if I'm careful. And I'll have to be to obtain the knowledge symbol from Nolan! I need 21 wins for the silver symbol and 42 wins for the gold symbol. At least that's reasonable, unlike the 70 wins for the battle tower. At the start, the level 50 Pokemon offered are lame. To give you an idea, one of the fire types knows Ember. Frickin' Ember. But by the 3rd or 4th time around, I'm getting Pokemon like Camerupt with Eruption. Now that's what I'm talking about. As none of these are my Pokemon, it's hard to recall all the moments leading up to the match with Nolan. I used a Pokemon with Toxic very often, whittling away my opponent's health. I used a Chansey, the best defensive Pokemon, and managed to beat an annoying Gengar that hit me with Attract, Hypnosis, and Confuse Ray in a ceaseless cycle. Ugh! Then I had to fight a Chansey a different time that had Soft-Boiled and Double Team. Worst slog ever. But I actually managed to get to Noland without losing. That's right, I got the silver symbol and the gold symbol without dying. It's my first time obtaining a gold symbol ever, and I can't believe I'm holding one in my Frontier Pass. This battle facility was rather rushed, but only because, again, I'm using rental Pokemon. The other facilities will be more descriptive, I promise. After conquering the Battle Factory, and getting a fat stack of battle points, I flew back to Hoenn to continue training the Great 8 to level 50. I visited the Fossil Maniac's house, both to get a Ditto and obtain the Claw Fossil in the Desert Underground. I brought it back to the Fossil Restorer in Rustboro and obtained a Lileep and a Norith. Also caught a Skitty, a Slackoth, and checked out the completed Safari Zone to catch a ton of new Pokemon. Pikachu, Doduo, Natu, Zaytu, Girafarig, Psyduck, Goldeen, Rhyhorn, Phanpy, Mareep, Sunkern, Aipom, Wooper, Remoraid, Hoot Hoot, Ladybug, Teddiursa, Miltank. And that's not even all of them. I also have some breeding to take care of. Now that I have a Ditto, I can make Pokemon babies. Don't blame me if that sounds dark and twisted, blame the developers. With Pikachu, the recently caught Skitty, Marill, the recently caught Jigglypuff, and even Gardevoir, I obtain eggs for Pichu, Skitty, Azurill, Igglybuff, and Ralts. I gave my Marill Sea Incense, so I know I'll get the Azurill. I don't have a Pokemon with Flame Body to half the steps needed, but I hatched the Pokemon anyway, starting with Ralts and Skitty. The reason for this is to have a Ralts and Skitty to trade for a Seedot and Meowth, respectively. I also dropped by Steven Bro's house, where he left me a little something. Build 'em. Steven Bro. I know he's at Meteor Falls. I know he's stronger than the champion. I know I'm not ready for that yet. I'm not ready for Groudon, Kyogre, or Rayquaza either. Catching them, I mean. I could kill them, no sweat, but catching them is the tricky bit. I'm putting that off for now. With 5 different ID numbers from tradable Pokemon, I got to Lilycove for the lottery corner. I didn't win. Oh well, if it were that easy, anyone could do it. I snag a Plumtree berry from the Berry Master's wife. I take great care planting it, knowing I'll need them to make Max Beauty Pokeblocks for Feebas to evolve into Melodic. As far as training goes, I have the gym leaders for help. They fight in tag battles once their Pokemon are up to snuff, and by giving one of my Pokemon the XP share, they can level up once or twice per battle. The key is to make sure they all stay the same level. The Pokerus virus has cleared out from most of my Pokemon, and there's a little dot signaling that they'll never get the disease again. I expect Gardevoir and Ludicolo will recover from the Pokerus soon. It was a good run. I think they got 20 levels worth of stat boosts. I visit Mount Pier to see Archie and Maxie off one more time. They returned the red and blue orbs, and they don't say much to me before they're gone forever. It's a bit sad, until I consider how one of them was trying to make a volcano erupt and kill everybody, and the other was trying to flood the world and kill everybody. But are they really evil? Asks the elderly lady of Mount Pier. Yes, they really are. I have 2 rematches with Wally. What a great way to gain XP. I also finish off the Trick House, obtaining a blue tent in the process. Another 2 hours of grinding in the Artisan Cave gets my Pokemon all up to level 50. Now I can take on the other facilities. I decide to go for the easiest, the one I managed to defeat in my first 2 playthroughs, the Battle Pike. It's easy because in the 7 rooms you have to go through, there's a chance you don't have to battle any trainers. There are even some free space rooms, like Wild Pokemon, Status Affliction, and Non-Aggressive Player, the I will heal you, old man, or the I will heal all your Pokemon, mate. There are some bad rooms too, like Battle Trainer, Battle 2 Trainers, or Battle Tough Trainer. But getting to Lucy and the silver luck symbol is as easy as beating the pike twice in a row. And since I know Lucy's Pokemon, I have just the trio for the job: Flygon, Aggron, Manectric. They're perfect for the Battle Pike, since Aggron is immune to poison, and Manectric and Flygon are immune to paralysis, I think. But when the fight with Lucy arrives, and my Pokemon are all fortunately healed before facing her, it's glorious! Past me always struggled against her freaking Shuckle. It had Rest, Toxic, Sandstorm, Protect, and an unconquerable defense. Battling it was always tough, especially when dealing with the poison from its Toxic. But now, I have never appreciated Aggron more than I had while battling Lucy's Shuckle. It's the perfect counter. Toxic doesn't work against Steel types, Sandstorm doesn't hurt him, and Shuckle can rest all he wants. Iron Tail and Metal Claw are super effective against Rock types. By Arceus, I never knew how easy this battle could be. Picking up that Aron back in Granite Cave has paid off. Flygon decimated Seviper with Earthquake, and Manectric toasted her Melodic with Thunderbolt. And that's it. The silver symbol is mine. I'm so elated, I'm gonna take a breather after my 5th win at the Pike. I battle Lucy again after the 10th time, and I think I'll have to rethink the trio I'll send in to fight her. She'll have a Steelix and a Gyarados next time, and Aggron won't be much help against either. This will require some careful deliberation.